it's important, I think, for us all to remember that LLMs are just pattern matching. So as much as possible, the more that we can give it these patterns and say, hey, like these are the types of things you want to look for, and don't just expect it to do magic for you, right? Like we should be realistic. I think we can start to really make positive progress on the delegation of reasoning. But I think it's a very hard thing to get right. The question that I always have for folks is like, how have they been documenting institutional knowledge? Because I think in the world of AI agents, that becomes so important. Like you have to have this bridge in between what's in your heads around what's most important and what the highest risk areas are, and then how your agents are complementing your human team. So how do you think about that declaration of like organization, best practices, risk, like things that are most important?
Yeah. So one of the things that I've been quite a kind of strong piece is that if we build a really mature security organization and we build this quite mature processes, and we have a situation that there are people that we will leave behind even within an org, right? Who maybe don't have the technical knowledge or the ability to hook into that. Enterprise search is this thing that various products will label that just give us all your data and we'll take care of the structure. We have personal experiment with that, and personally I have done that as well. And what I find is that if you just point it at your corpus of documentation, it tends to get confused over the answer, right? Because what you don't realize is it's offered by multiple people. You didn't realize that there's a conflicting piece of information or even just something that was incorrectly labeled or similarly labeled that it's picked up on that isn't relevant. So it comes back with this irrelevant answer. So really, we've looked at agents within our knowledge base and we point them at a very restrictive kind of set of documentation. It comes back to that codifying, right? There's an AI startup here in Edinburgh that does legal reviews. So what they'll do is they'll take your documentation and they'll answer your governance questions for you. But they have a very like, here's how to prepare the documentation, here's how to structure it. And then there's that chat interface that you can then ask it, am I X compliant? And it will come back and what's your control around about MFA? And it will answer that question and it will reference it as well, right? And that's that. Even with that tool, we still went through a stage of verifying answers as well for that use case, right? When it comes to law, you want the answers verified.